right, everybody, welcome back to the Good Old Hockey Podcast. This is episode number 47. 47. Alan, been a great week. We won our game, our beer league game. We were kind of
Smacked them.
smacked them. That was pure, a little bit of hatred involved, honestly.
Yeah.
It was a little rough for them,
Yeah,
but
for
I had a
us.
lot of fun that game. I got an apple. Can't really complain. You played lights out, so it was a fun game. And we got another one tomorrow. We'll update you guys then. But do you know what our record is now? Is it like
I think we're
4-2?
I think we're 4-2-1. We're in
Yeah.
second in our league, and then I subbed for the team that played the team in first, beat them.
Nice.
Had to go all out, but it
Yeah.
was a good time. We're
Nice.
looking strong.
Yeah, no, we are. But yeah. How was this weekend? Was fun. There's a lot of sports going on. Boise State beat San Jose State, your alma mater.
Ooh.
That game was really nervous for me, not gonna lie. I don't think you were at work when it was playing.
Yeah, I was at work, and by the time I got home and I was ready to go over to my buddy's house to go watch the UFC fights, game was already over. I heard it a lot from everybody that was there because
Yeah.
they all big BSU fans, and I was talking a lot of shit at
Mhm.
work when San Jose State was up 14-0.
Yeah. You had every right to at that point.
Yeah, but there's also something to be said about talking shit at the beginning of the second quarter of a football game.
That's fair.
It's only a 2-score game, and you're playing the 13th ranked team in the country. It's probably not a good idea to talk, but
yeah,
it was fun
promising.
time.
Yeah, it looked promising at first. I was nervous first half, but yeah, a lot of fights this weekend too. We had Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. I didn't even watch it. Not gonna lie, did not watch. I could tell that it was going to be another Jake Paul ego fest, just trying to beat up on some 50-year-old man.
Yeah.
Granted, that 50-year-old man is Mike Tyson, but still, you got a guy in his athletic prime versus a dude who also has abused a lot of drugs in his days.
You're talking about an open steroid user who's 27, 28, whatever he is, fighting a 58-year-old guy. Yes, he's Mike Tyson. He's not Iron Mike Tyson, who's knocking everybody out in every heavyweight division, all four.
Exactly.
Boxing. Yeah. I thought that fight was stupid. I did not watch it.
Me either.
But did watch the UFC event. What are your thoughts on Jon Jones ducking Tom Aspinall?
Jon Jones. I mean, we've been talking about this in some group chats all day, and I don't know. Like, I used to love the UFC, like 2010, that era. I'd watch it with my dad a lot. I haven't really been keeping up with it a lot, but I just know that Jon Jones has always kind of been a controversial figure. I think he's a great fighter. He would kick my ass, but in the sport of UFC, I don't know if I can give him his flowers because of all the cheating that's gone on. And like you had mentioned, all the ducking that has gone in his career. He's Jake Paul. He's Jake Paul, the UFC.
Yeah. He stood out of the UFC heavyweight division for 2 years, avoiding Francis Ngannou. Jumps up, beats Cyril Gane for the heavyweight title, who never even held the belt. It was a vacant title fight.
Yeah.
And he's fighting a pure kickboxer. Obviously, Jon Jones is going to win that fight. Now he's ducking Tom Aspinall to fight a retired Stipe. Not retired, but he has a day job.
He's retired now.
Yeah. It's not like that's prime Stipe, who's the heavyweight GOAT. That's 42-year-old Stipe, who looked awful. And of course he's going to beat him. He's still Jon Jones. Yeah. The steroids don't make him a bad fighter. The cocaine doesn't make him a bad fitter. I'm not going to get into the rest of it, but the other character flaws.
He's a bad human.
Him a bad fighter.
Yeah.
But it's an irrelevant fight. Fight Tom Aspinall. He's the clear number one contender, and he's going to beat his ass. It's the only reason he's not taking that fight.
Mm-hmm. He's a ducker,
my UFC take for the day.
Yeah. But he's, I don't know, but it's not a UFC podcast, but we just want to talk about it a little bit. But we got some big news out of the NHL this last week. Some records being chased, records being broken. Connor McDavid is the fourth youngest player to ever hit 1,000 career points. Did it at 27 years old at 659 games played. Unbelievable player. We could have seen this coming.
Yeah.
He was only 3 games off from tying Mike Bossy's record. He could have been third. But yeah, what do you think about McDavid's 2 years?
I think it seems like, it doesn't seem like we're watching history. We're watching one of the greatest players to ever play the game of ice hockey, right? And it's pretty cool to see a record like that. Just because obviously Wayne Gretzky, his numbers on this, we'll get into in a second, they're kind of untouchable.
Yeah.
But it's wild to see somebody get even remotely close. To do it in 659 games that's astonishing.
Yeah.
It's really cool to see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it really is. There's some, crazy records just being chased this season. Another Gretzky record being chased, which we'll get into later. But I want to talk about Wayne Gretzky and the fact that he broke 1,000 career points at the age of 23 is just crazy. That guy is the GOAT of all GOATs. Every sport, any sport. I don't care what his competition was. That argument is really stupid because it just shows how much better he was than his competition. And that's, to me, what a GOAT is.
Yeah.
Nowadays, if you put Gretzky in the NHL, his IQ is great. But like, he shaped the game. And I just don't like the comparing eras thing. Because obviously Connor McDavid's a better hockey player, skill on skill versus Wayne Gretzky. But what Wayne Gretzky did with the game of hockey was just transcendent compared to any other player in any other sport, any fighter, whatever you want to say. Gretzky is the GOAT of all GOATs.
Well, it's crazy. You look at, like, this is a stat that I find hilarious. Wayne Gretzky, he is the first place and fastest to 1,000 points. He would be second from 1,000 to 2,000. So he put up his first 1,000 points in 424 games, his second 1,000 points in 433 games. Mario Lemieux's the closest to that at over 500 games, like 513, right?
Yep.
That's wild. You think about it, like, people always like to say, oh, Gretzky wasn't that good. He can't lift the puck. There's certain podcasts that maybe come out of Canada that are, licensed by a major TV network. They're like, oh, he can't lift the puck. He sucks, right? You look at his competition. Mario Lemieux is by far the closest thing we've ever seen to Wayne Gretzky, right? And he still did it in 80 less hockey games than Wayne Gretzky was able to. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. No, it is. And like, I think Mario's career got cut pretty short, but but still, like, Wayno having the two, like, from 1,000 to 2,000, which means he was probably 28, 27 when he hit 2,000 career points.
Yeah,
which is just unbelievable. I think McDavid could possibly hit that 2,000 mark if he keeps it up, But yeah, Wayne Gretzky is just, he blows my mind, and I kind of wish I was old enough to watch him, in his prime. Us be able to witness that history.
Another funny stat, Wayne Gretzky wise. He had more 4+ point games than he did 0-point games. He had like 217 4+ point games, something like that. It's some crazy number. He had like 203 0-point games. So there are more games where Gretzky was scoring the league average goal per game for an entire team.
Yep.
Than he did getting shut out. I find that ridiculous. There's also the funny stat that surfaced up on Twitter. That was like, if Wayne Gretzky never had if he never had a game where he just put up a point, 2 points, or 3 points, he would still have 1,000 points.
He also, if Wayne Gretzky never scored a goal in his career, take away all of his goals, just his assists, he's still leading the league in points for all time.
Yeah.
He's still above Jaromir Jagr. And Jaromir Jagr played till he was, 42, 43?
I think he was 43 when he retired.
Yeah.
He played like 1,700 NHL games, 1,600 NHL games, something crazy like that. I don't know the exact stat, but I just find that ridiculous. There's so many Gretzky stats that you read and you're like, wait, what? That doesn't make any sense, but then they're all true. And it's like, how did that happen?
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
So, Wayne Gretzky is the GOAT of all GOATs. I think anyone watching this podcast agrees, but I guarantee you there's some people out there who want to throw shade at Wayne Gretzky, and I will back him up till the day I die because I don't want to hear no shit about LeBron. Don't give a fuck. Michael Jordan. Nope. Tom Brady. Nope. Joe Montana. Nope. I can keep going.
I'm gonna make a quick hot take here. This is a football hot take.
Okay.
If I'm making the greatest team of all time, right?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get into my pick, right? If I'm making the greatest team of all time, football team, 52-man roster, right? You got a depth chart of like 10 quarterbacks. Tom Brady's like maybe 6th. If you have to win one game, you want to put the best roster out there possible. Tom Brady's like 6th. I don't think he's that great. Yeah, he's great. That's the thing about Wayne Gretzky, Tom Brady. He's great. He wasn't that talented though. I'll stick with that.
Okay.
Anyways, let's move on.
You think he's a system quarterback?
Yes, absolutely. Through checkdowns his entire career.
That's fair. I'm not expertise in football. You might have to argue with the football boys to settle down, but
I'll have to argue with the wall about that. I don't think anyone's listening to me.
Yeah, I don't think anyone will listen to you. But what they will listen to is the fact that Wayne Gretzky is the GOAT of all GOATs. So we made McDavid's news about Wayne Gretzky. And get fucked, McDavid. But congratulations to him. Also, quick shout out to Dustin Wolf, his first NHL shutout.
I saw that.
Impressive. Good
that
kid.
Kid's going to be nasty.
He is.
He's already nasty. He's in the NHL, but he's going to be gross.
He is. Just sucks he's on the
perennial.
Flames.
Yeah. Maybe he'll come back to San Jose. He'll come home, but who knows?
I don't know if we'll need him. We got Askarov.
You got to start talking. Dude, imagine that 1-2 punch.
Ooh, yeah, it's
We'd
like
have
Omar
20 million.
Swayman.
We could have like $20 million wrapped up in goalies in 10 years, but it'll be fine.
It'll be fine. It'll be worth it. But next piece of news, Martin Natchez is getting hot. He's on a 13-game point streak. He's got 30 points, third in the league. The Hurricanes are 8-2 in their last 10. And at the time of this recording on Monday night, the Hurricanes are leading the Metro. Martin Natchez is having a week and a half just with his streak, but I want to get your thoughts on Natchez and the Canes.
I thought it was kind of ridiculous that there were talks that they were going to let go of Natchez, right? Over this past offseason. You think about it, the guy's 25. He has a 70-point season under his belt. He wasn't even like he was a regular NHLer at like 19, 20, 21, I want to say, right? He's a regular NHLer at like 21. He's just now kind of getting his stride going. He's got a 70-point season. Last year, he put up 24 goals, 29 assists for 53 points, 77 games. He's on track to beat that in 30 games this season. Obviously, nobody really saw that coming, but he's gross. He's third in league scoring. He's got 30 points in 17 games. They've always kind of had this issue, Carolina, where they've had great players over the years. Obviously, back when they won the Cup in 2006, they had Eric Stahl I think he was like second or third year in the league, and he was nasty. But that team was built around their defense, right? Cam Ward stood on his head the entire playoff run. In these last few seasons where they've really been a dominant team, they've been built around their defense. They haven't had like a guy who's going to go out and get you 90 to 100 points. They had Sebastian Aho. He's great. Yeah. He's right above a point per game player, right, in the last few years. But he's not like that stud up front. You know what I'm saying? He's like play both sides of the puck, get you 80 points, and also kill penalties guy, which is spectacular to have. Yeah. But now you have Martin Natchez, who's pacing. I mean, this I don't think is sustainable, but he's pacing like 200 points right now. 160 points, whatever 82 times 2 is. It's kind of ridiculous though. Like
Yeah.
I don't think anybody saw that coming, but this is I genuinely think this team with a number one guy that's going to be competing for an Art Ross, they are an actual Stanley Cup contender. They've been pretenders the last couple of years.
Oh yeah, they have. And I kind of feel, as a Sharks fan, I feel for them because they've had these rosters that, and the Sharks had a number one man, but I don't know. We're not going to get into it, but I just feel for them in the sense of, I feel for them in the sense, yeah, it'll be later. I feel for them in the sense that, they haven't really had a complete roster to make a run for the cup. They've had a great team, but they have not had a Stanley Cup contending roster.
Yeah.
So if he keeps it up, I mean, I think there's definitely who's in net for them though.
Right now, so it's a mix between Frederick Anderson and Pyotr Kochetkov. I want to say is how you say his name. I forget. Anderson was injured earlier this season. Also, I said Frederick, not Freddie, which sounds weird, but
use his full name.
Yeah, it's because he needs to stay healthy. He's guy's made of glass bones, glass bones and paper skin.
Yeah, if they had a little bit more of solid presence in net, I would give that. They would be one of my picks for a possible Stanley Cup run. But
the way I look at it for them, Kochetkov is going to be nasty. He's already, I think he's 7-0-0 in his last 7 games, something like that. He's already a very decent NHL goalie. And Freddie Anderson, when healthy, is spectacular. The problem is he cannot, So Kochetkov's been pretty good. He's 9-2-0 right now this season. 242 goals against average, 904 save percentage. Anderson, when healthy, is one of the best goalies in the NHL.
Yeah.
The problem is he's healthy for 6 games at a time and then is out for 2 weeks or for 2 months with some nagging injury that he can't come back from. And it's if you're going to have a number one guy like that, who's probably, when he's good and playing, I'd say he's probably a top 5, top 10 goalie in the NHL. Pretty easily top 10, I'd say. Probably push him top 5. You need that guy there. He needs to be your rock, like Connor Hellebuck, how he's consistently the best goalie in the NHL. It seems like year in, year out. You need that guy to go anywhere. And I know that's a bad example because Winnipeg hasn't gone anywhere in the last few seasons, but you need him to be there as he's just injured all the time. I think if Kochetkov can come in and kind of take over the reins, he's 22. No, he's 25. Sorry, I'm way off on that. Either way, if he can come in and take over, they're going to be set to go. And for a long time, they have a younger core of guys they're set to go for the next 5-10 years with minimal changes. Obviously, Jacob Slavin's going to start getting up there in age, but outside of that, their roster is pretty young.
Yeah, I think we'll see how this Hurricanes team turns out. I just hope it doesn't turn into that that they're just pretenders and they have this solid roster of decent to great players, but no one to really push them beyond. And I don't really know, their D-core does not attract me too much to want to give them any Stanley Cup run this season. But we've seen crazy things happen. So, I mean, like we've said, if you have a hot goalie, you can go pretty far in the playoffs. But I don't know. We'll see. The Eastern Conference is always really tough as of right now. So.
The other guy, so their D, I just want to get on this real quick.
Yeah.
Their D core has taken a massive step back as of last season. Obviously, they lost 3 guys that would be on any team's top 2 pairing.
Yeah.
Or 2 guys who'd be on any team's top 2 pairing. But one guy who's really stepped up here, I'm looking at the stats, Shane Gostisbehere is back from the dead. I remember, I think it was his rookie season in Philly. He put up 40-something points. We're like, who the heck is this guy?
Yeah.
And then he got buried in Arizona. Who the hell's going to watch him play there? He didn't really do too much. He's got 13 points in 17 games right now. That's a massive step, especially with Brent Burns being 40 years old, taking a step back, 39 years old, taking a step back. That is a massive hole that is also helping them out. They've kind of cycled through offensive defensemen. Yeah. So they had Burns last couple of seasons. That was like taking the reign first power play. Before that, they had why am I forgetting the guy's name? Tony DeAngelo, who was there for a brief period of time, kind of gave him some offense from the back end. But Shane Gostisbehere has been nasty this year. He's got 3 power play goals as a defenseman in 17 games. Pretty solid.
Yeah, no, that is. Yeah. So that's the Hurricanes. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on them. See how Natchez, if he's still on that point streak next week. But another person who's red hot is Alexander freaking Ovechkin, 39-year-old. As of tonight, as of this moment right now, 8:51 p.m. on November 18th, Alex Ovechkin leads the NHL in goals. You heard that right. Alex Ovechkin. Vintage Ovi is leading the league in goals with 14.
I saw the other day, he was pacing 58 goals when I looked the other day.
Jesus God.
That's vintage Ovi right there.
Yeah. He had a hat trick on Sunday last night when we're recording. Had a goal tonight. I don't know if I've seen anything about him scoring again tonight, but this guy came out of nowhere. Like, honestly, last season I was like, no, Ovi's not going to break it this season. Even at the start when we started recording again, I was like, he's hot, but I don't see it. I'm convinced Ovi's doing it.
I thought after last season, I thought we were going to see like a 15-goal season, and then he's just going to play until he's 50, just so he can break that. I genuinely thought that was going to happen. Because, like, even in games last year, he did not look good.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you've caught any Caps games this season. He's like back-checking. There's like this clip of him back-checking as they're up like 6-2. And there's like a 2-on-1, and he skates back full speed. And it's like, bro, you don't need to do that. Yeah. But he's doing it, which is awesome.
Yeah, no, it is. It's awesome. Good to see.
I think he's going to break it in like February. I think it'll be good.
February. Because he needs, he's 28 goals away.
3 months.
Yeah. If you count, let's say he goes every other game. How many games are we in the season right now?
We're like
not everyone
18 games ish.
Okay. You give him. Oh, he could do it in February. I'm going to give him February. March.
I'm saying he's scoring it. I don't know if they play on Valentine's Day, but he's doing it. He'll like hop into a game with somebody else, play on like beer league sub type deal.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying mid-February breaks the record.
Okay.
See a big golden stick. I don't know what the NHL is gonna do for him or the Capitals are gonna do for him.
Yeah. They'll probably stop the game and like or something.
Every player's on the ice. It's gonna be ridiculous, but
yeah. It'll be cool. I think, like I said, at the beginning of the season, I was like, I don't think he's gonna do it. But he's proven that. I also think he kind of wants to retire, probably. He's probably tired. Yeah. And he's just
wants to go back to Russia.
Like he's got to go with his buddy Putin, and he's got to. He's like, I got to dial in this one last. I got 1 year to dial in and just fucking shoot the rock and.
I mean, if you think about it, do you want to live? I don't know if he lives in DC or like in one of the suburbs in Virginia or Maryland or wherever the heck that is. Would you want to live there, or you want to live with your family in Russia? Probably your family in Russia.
Yeah. So he had his dad, was it last season that his dad passed away? Like,
I think so.
Like that was probably a big burden on him. Not burden, but it's probably a bad choice of words, but it was heavy on him to play hockey with, that kind of news. So he wants to get back to the motherland and he's determined. We can see that. He wants to go home.
He wants to go play with Kuzi in the KHL.
That too. Yeah, Kuznetsov with that crazy goal.
God, that was Michigan mid-slot?
Yeah.
That was so sick.
I've never seen that. I've never seen that, ever.
I don't think I ever... That's like one of those plays, like, I kind of understand where Torts is coming from. On the Michigan and whatnot. I'm like, I don't know if I like that, but that was still so nasty to pull up.
Yeah.
It's not like he's in a beer league, too.
No.
He's played in the KHL. Like, it's probably the second or, bless you, probably the second or third best league in the world. I don't know where it ranks with the SHL right now, but that's nasty.
Yeah.
Unreal.
I mean, it's not. Yeah, he's not playing against a bunch of throwaway people. Like, it's a good league. The KHL is no joke, and he just pulls that off, and then his little bird celly, and oh my god, I couldn't believe that when you sent that to me, and I was like, oh.
I miss when the Caps were like really good, solely because that team was so fun to watch. Because you had like Prime Ovi, scoring slap shots every game. You had Kuzi scoring his stupid breakaways with the well, not the stupid breakaway everyone's thinking of, but his breakaway goals. He's flying around doing the bird celly. You had TJ Oshie just being great. It's such a fun team to watch.
They were, yeah. And like I kind of thought they were. I mean, I don't think their outlook looks too good in the next couple of years, but they gotta soak it all in, because this is probably the last year of excitement for the Capitals, especially if Ovi's gone.
I don't think if Ovi breaks the record this year, I think he's done. I mean, what more do you have? What more do you have to play for?
Yeah, there's really not much else.
Well, besides to play with Sidney Crosby when he inevitably gets traded to the Capitals, right?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. When that happens. If you don't get that reference, go watch the last episode. Talked about some potential landing spots. And some people hopped on our bandwagon. I heard some people talking about the Colorado Avalanche. They wanted to see Crosby going out to the Avalanche. So
not hopped on our bandwagon.
Yep. Yeah, they were hopped on ours because we recorded first. But yeah, they I could see. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I mean, I think the Penguins. That's pretty much it on Ovi. But the Penguins, bring this up really quick. They're done. Like,
they're done.
Blow it up. Blow it up.
So bad this year.
Yeah, they did beat the Sharks on Saturday, but
we're talking about beating the Sharks
overtime. Yeah, wait. They beat the Sharks in a shootout, and the Sharks were down 3-0 at one point.
Yep,
or 3-1.
So, quick side note about that game: Crosby is still chasing 600 goals. He's getting real close to it too. I want to say he's hit his 599 against the Sharks.
Yep.
And then Mackenzie Blackwood, being one of the best goalies in the NHL, I stand by that. Shut him down for all of overtime. He had like 6 shots in overtime. It was ridiculous.
No way. I didn't get to see it, but
that was such a good game. Go back and watch the highlights. It was crazy.
Yeah, I was trying to pull it up on my phone, but
so the Pens right now.
I'm dumb.
I know this wasn't on the schedule, but the Pens right now are 7-10-3. They're sitting in 25th. They have 3 games played more than the Ducks, and they are 1 point ahead of them in the standings. But more importantly, they look awful. They look awful. It's bad to watch.
Home.
Coming from a Sharks fan, it's bad hockey to watch. It's like, wow, what is going on?
Yeah. Dude, it's a retirement home out there.
Yeah.
The Sharks at least have some kind of spark with some youth. The Penguins don't. Aren't they the oldest team? Their average age is like 31, 32.
They have been for a couple of years now too.
Yeah.
Especially after adding Carlson. Yeah. Sid is still doing Sid things. That guy still grows. Yeah. I want to say he's back to about a point per game right now. But you have Evgeny Malkin, who's I think the team leader in points. And let's see here. I want to say he kind of fell off a cliff. Not fell off a cliff, but he's no longer second in points. Yeah, he's sitting in 32nd in points now. He has 3 points in his last 5 games, including 3 games where he's a -2, -2, -4 with 0 points. That's their best player right now. Sid's also there. It's kind of brutal. Yeah. They need to blow it up ASAP.
Yeah. No, they really do.
Cut your losses. They have Rutger McGroarty. That's their only prospect, to my knowledge.
Yeah.
At least that's getting in games.
Yeah.
And I haven't heard anything about him being very talented, or at least scoring. So it's just let it go.
Yeah. But moving on to some controversy here. we have a typical Ryan Reaves move here. He's covered in controversy yet again. There was a hit. If you didn't see it, we can't show it on here because YouTube will flag us for copyright. But yeah, no, fuck you, YouTube.
Just lame.
Kidding. Not fuck you, but you suck.
I don't know. But
Ryan Reaves, yeah, goes in for a hit. It's kind of I think it's honestly just the speed of the game and how fast hockey is. But the whole controversy of it is like, is his intent to go out and kill Darnell Nurse on that hit? Now I think, or to injure him, whatnot, whatever it is. It was a high hit. Reeves is also 6 foot, 6'7", 6'6".
He's like 6'5", I think, but huge dude.
Huge guy. Darnell Nurse isn't small by any means, but the hit was pretty high, right on Darnell Nurse's head. Nurse goes down. He gets suspended for 5 games. Now, the whole thing with the intent thing is like, oh, is his intent to go out and hurt Darnell Nurse?
Mm-hmm.
Well, my thing is, it is a check in hockey. It's pretty aggressive. The whole nature of checking someone, it's not to injure someone, but it's definitely to make them feel a little bit of the boom. And I think that Darnell Nurse felt a bit of the boom.
He felt the boom. That was a doom for Darnell Nurse.
Yeah, that was a doom. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. What do you think about his suspension and just that hit overall?
It's a borderline hit for sure. Like, I don't think anybody's arguing that it's a borderline hit, but it's Ryan Reaves. He's always played borderline, right? Yeah. That's what he's paid to do. The 2 things I saw that stood out about that hit, I saw some people on like Instagram comment sections and whatnot talking about how he skated from center ice. Like, oh, it's a charge, it's a charge. If you watch the hit, he stops, like, there's no strides within probably 5, 6, 7 feet of the actual check itself. Like, it's not like he's flying full speed.
He's forechecking. It's not like he's just, I think it's just a forecheck.
He's not gonna coast in. Like, I'm pretty sure he'd lose his roster spot if he was coasting in on a forecheck.
Exactly. Yeah.
He does let off last second. The only thing I saw that, like, the worst part about it, it was kind of an awkward position that Nurse was in. Nurse is also a tall guy, and he kind of skates a little funky where he's like a little bit squatted down, like more than your average ice hockey player skates. And he's in a weird position. He has the puck off to the left-hand side. First of all, you're a defenseman. You grew up playing defense. What do you not do in that situation? Hold the puck while skating around the net as if you're a guy flying in full speed at you. Like, let go of the puck.
That too.
Pay attention to where people are in front of you.
Yeah.
Don't put yourself in the position to get checked like that.
Yeah.
The main thing I saw that was dirty about that is, to me, it looked like he left his feet a little bit before the hit.
Yeah.
Which in turn contact with the head. I don't think the principal point of contact was the head. It was more of like a bad angle hit to me, where he was coming in trying to hit him on the side. Yeah. But Nurse was a little bit slower than he was expecting, or Reaves was a little bit faster than he was expecting to be going in. Yeah. And it clipped him in the front. Right.
Yeah. That's what I see when people make the he jumped argument. I've done that when we were kids. It was not because I was trying to kill the kid. It's because I was bad at hitting, or I fucked up. And we have to remember that there's human error in this game.
Yeah.
And it's not always because he wants to go out and kill the guy. Granted, Reaves does not have the greatest reputation, and I think that's what played into his suspension. But there's a bit of error, I think, that goes into that, and some of those high hits. Now, it's still a scary hit, and like I don't think that should be in the game of hockey, being like going straight for the head. And I mean, I think a 5-game suspension, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, we're just going to hit you with the rule book because we're going to make an example out of you type thing.
I think that's a repeat offender suspension. Like, if it's, say it's like, who's a good example for this? Really anybody without any sort of suspension history doesn't have like if Brad Marchand makes that hit, I think it's a 10-game suspension.
Yeah.
Because it's Brad Marchand. Ryan Reaves does have a history. If Rafi Torres makes that hit, he's banned from the league forever.
Yeah.
Like we saw
Now
happen.
he's the commissioner now though of player safety.
Is he? No,
Yeah, I'm
George
pretty
Peros.
Sure. George Peros. That's yeah.
That's
right.
Yeah.
Which is still wild that he's.
Yeah, but it's one of those things. I think the 5-gamer is just because he's a repeat offender. Yeah. Like if you have like an Evan Bouchard or someone like that making that hit, he might get a game.
Yeah.
I think it's still a suspendable hit because although there's human error, you still got to be the same thing as like a high stick penalty, right?
Yeah,
like it can be completely unintentional, but you still got to control your stick.
Yeah. And not like just don't miss your hit. Don't be a jackass.
Don't miss your hit. Make connection with the shoulder. Don't leave your feet slightly before hitting. Yep. But yeah, it's an interesting situation. It like wasn't a clean hit, but I don't think it was like that guy's the dirtiest player alive. Like you were just looking at it objectively.
Yeah.
And also it's the Leafs, and I feel like the Leafs always get hit a little bit harder with stuff like that. Yeah, some people say the opposite. I don't know. Maybe it's because I like Austin Matthews. I don't hate the Leafs. Yeah. That's how I see it. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I think overall, I mean, I think it's fair what happened. Closing thoughts is just don't fuck up, because it, like you said, perfect examples is like the high stick tripping may not be intentional, but you got to control yourself.
My closing thought on this: if it was like completely intentional, you just want to go out and kill a guy, right? Why Darnell Nurse? Why not like Evan Bouchard or somebody who impacts the game positively for the other team?
Yeah.
Why not Connor McDavid or Leon Draisaitl? Although I hate Leon Draisaitl, he does positively impact the Oilers. Why Darnell Nurse? If you're like, I'm going to go kill this guy, I want to take him off the ice. I
want to put his $8 million overpriced ass on the IR for the
Revote for next time, buddy. You hitting Darnell Nurse only helps the Oilers because then at the deadline they can go get somebody better than them. So let's not do that anymore, all right?
Yeah,
if you're
listening. They have more cap space. Yeah, if you're listening. That's funny. But yeah, that is all the stuff we have here. If you enjoyed the episode, thank you so much. We're going to get into our Sharks talk, though. We've been doing this, and they've been playing well. So if you enjoyed it to this point and you want to keep hearing us talk delusional about the Sharks, join us. Welcome to the island that we are living on. But first piece of news is that the Sharks recalled Yaroslav Askarov. That man's been on a tear in the AHL, absolutely lighting it up. He's got 1.95 goals against average, 939 save percentage, and 2 shutouts. And I don't know how many games played, but I'm assuming probably 8 or 9.
I want to say it's 9.
Yeah. So big news. He's not playing tonight against the Red Wings, but I'm assuming he's probably going to be playing next game, which I don't know what that is, but.
So next game, I want to say they play on Wednesday, and they have another game on Thursday, and then they play Saturday. Now, I'm flying back to San Jose because Saturday night against the Buffalo Sabres is the Joe Thornton jersey retirement night.
Yes.
I went to the Marlowe one. I'm not missing this one. It was a great event last time. I really hope he starts game 1 of the back-to-back, because then I think the odds of him playing on Saturday, when I get to watch him play, are a lot higher than if they have Mackenzie Blackwood start. Then he'll play the second half of the back-to-back. Blackwood will be fresh for Saturday night's game. And I'm not opposed to watching Mackenzie Blackwood play. I just want to see my favorite goalie prospect play hockey.
Yeah. Play hockey, very fair.
So I'm pumped up for that. Very, very excited.
Yeah. No, I think it'll be cool to see him. I have a feeling it's probably going to be his game on Thursday, and they're going to have Mackenzie fresh on Saturday, but it would be cool to see that. I'm excited, even if it's for a month or two that he's up here playing. I don't know if they have any plans with Vanacek at all.
Hopefully get rid of him at the deadline.
Yeah, the deadline. But they have, I mean, they didn't recall anyone, so they got 3 goalies right now. And maybe it's just also for him. Yeah, I don't know what their plan is, but yeah, I'm excited to see him play. We'll probably talk about it next week when he has actually played. But another thing is Igor Shesterkin, your favorite goalie, made a comment about Macklin Celebrini, because if you guys didn't see it, go look it up. But Shesterkin tried to go for an empty net goal, and Mac Daddy was right there waiting for it, and he stopped the puck from going in. And he said, what did he say? He said, that kid needs to be in school.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Listen, buddy. If you're a goalie and you want to score a goal, pick a better shot, all right? Because you just look like a clown. Imagine Celebrini had stopped that, right? He skates down. It was a one goal game. I believe it was 3-2.
Yeah.
It's a 1 goal game. Imagine Celebrini skates down and scores that goal. Now, guess what, Shesterkin? You just might have sacrificed your team a loss because you wanted to, or you might have given your team a loss because you wanted to go for a goal. That's not how that works. Pick a better time to shoot the puck. I think it'd be awesome to see more goalie goals, but pick a better time if you're gonna.
Yeah.
Second of all, Celebrini is going to be better than you are equivalently in like 2 seasons. You suck. He's going to make more money than you. He doesn't need to be in school for shit, so shut up.
Yeah, stay away from our man. Fuck off.
You're a goalie. Don't talk.
Yeah, shut your mouth.
That's my
you
take.
Declined also a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was so funny. That kid needs to be in school. Well,
it's funny.
You need to learn how to score a goal. Yeah, I mean, I think it was all in good fun. We're probably just giving him shit. But another thing though with the Sharks that I'm excited for is that Will Smith and Celebrini are playing on a line together.
They are
on Saturday, and they're doing it tonight again. Assuming everything.
So I'm looking at this game right now. The Sharks and the Red Wings are currently playing. There's about 1:12 left in the first. The Wings are on a power play, and they just scored a power play goal, like as I'm talking. It's 2-1 right now. Eklund had a power play goal earlier in the game. But overall, I mean, we'll see. The Red Wings are
Wallman
good.
with the assist.
Wallman had the assist.
Against his team that traded him for no reason. He has no idea why.
Wonder if he hit the gritty on the assist. That'd be sick.
Oh, he was the one that got the penalty. Oh, wait, no. Too many men.
He? Yeah.
No, he got an interference call at 15, and then the one that they just scored on was too many men on the ice, which is
quick side note
classic.
Here. Ovi's now up to 15 goals because he scored again.
Oh, 2 goals.
2 goals. There's 18 minutes left in the third period, so realistically, he has a shot at another Hattie.
He's had 5 goals in 2 games.
Knock on wood. Yeah, as a 39-year-old. That guy is so... it was a power play goal. I'm sure it was a one-timer from that same exact spot that people have been trying to figure out how to stop for 20 years now.
Yeah. You just can't. You got to give up.
Crazy.
Just stick a defender on him. Doesn't even matter.
Exactly.
Like make it a 4-on-3, but just stick a guy on Ovi.
Yeah. But the problem was in his prime, they also had Backstrom and Mike Green for a while, then John Carlson to worry about. Other guys, TJ Oshie back when he was still like good. Kuzi. I don't know. That team was so sick in their prime. Now they suck, but
everyone, thank you for tuning in this week. We had some good headlines, some juicy topics to talk about. I feel like it's kind of been slow this season so far. But we're going to be on OV Watch the entire year, it seems like. Every week we're going to be talking about him. Hopefully maybe talking about Sid's 600th goal next episode and a Yaroslav Askarov shutout NHL debut in the future as well.
He's played he has 3 games, I think, in the NHL, but Sharks debut.
Yes, Sharks debut. But his shutout with the Sharks is going to be magnificent. Putting it in the universe. But Thank you guys. We will see you guys next Wednesday. If you're not, go follow us on Instagram right below Alan at Good Old Hockey Podcast. Follow us on Twitter as well. We don't really use it, but go follow it in case we do decide to start using it. This is the new home of the podcast on the YouTube channel. If you're listening on Spotify, go to YouTube at Good Old Hockey Podcast as well. Go there. You can see our beautiful faces, talk hockey. If you guys have any takes that you want us to react to, anything crazy that Alan has said or I've said, you just want to bash us, throw it in the comments and just call us how crazy we are. We'll react to it next episode. But with that being said, Alan, I will see you tomorrow at our game, and I will see you guys next week. Peace.
Peace.